Some people might say that Homura in Magia Record fights like a total idiot in order to prevent battles from being too one-sided. To those people I will say, you're goddamn right. Hello everyone and welcome. Today on the chopping block is Mitama's training for Moemura. We begin with a lengthy flashback of episode 10 of the original Madoka anime. Back from the flashback, we then see Kyubei trying to get Homura to take him along into Kamihama because he himself cannot get in anymore for some reason. At this point we are already 1/3 through the entire story, and I'm wondering if this story is going to actually go anywhere. And if you're asking yourself the same question, then don't worry, to answer this, no, the story is not going to go anywhere, but at least let's enjoy the train wreck. The trio of Homura, Madoka and some idiot visit Kamihama and just arrived at the train station when the writer decided he really couldn't keep his gonads still anymore and instantly froze all three of them into a battle against the witch before they could even say hello to the city. As it turns out, the witch is really weak, but then it turns out that wasn't even its final form and phase 2 of the boss fight begins. Since Homura didn't get good enough, she misses the timing on a crucial dodge and gets grabbed by the witch, so now her time stop becomes ineffective, since everything that she's touching during time stop becomes immune to the time stop. After a whole bunch of empty blabber, Homu doppels and with the aid of a nearby defunct Kyubei, she massacres the witch. Or at least she tries to, because as we all know, Moemura's attack stat is so absolutely god-awful that she cannot actually defeat the witch and only weakens it until someone else can finish it off. The story ends with the three of them making their way to the coordinator to get adjusted. That's the end of the summary. We're just going to skip the fact that this is easily one of the worst bits of writing in all of Magia Record and makes Homura look like an absolute joke, but there is actually a legitimate reason behind why Homura in Magia Record is less effective than a squirrel wearing boxing gloves trying to fight a tornado. First off, a lot of people will wrongfully assume that this is the third time loop Homura has done, but as she herself has stated in another story segment, she has already done many time loops. We don't really know how many, but I assume it's more than just 3. Even so, Homura was already strong-willed enough to mercy kill Madoka in Timeline 3 and become cool Homura right afterwards, so there is not really a big excuse why the Homura we see in Magia Record is this much of a pushover. Also, there is this one line of Haregi Homura that says that she has done this for years, but that is actually a mistranslation. She says something like, as the year is changing, which gives it a completely different meaning. On the same note though, since Homura is still a magical girl and can still stop time and do stuff during New Year's, which is completely outside the 1-month time limit she has from the anime, we already know that this is a completely different universe from the main Madoka Magica franchise. I'm not just talking about this specific event story, by the way. All throughout the Magia Record story, Homura has done absolutely nothing, and sometimes even less than that. Saying that Homura is still a rookie and a noob only gets you so far when we know she has already done multiple time loops behind her and she has already witnessed more terrifying shit than most magical girls will ever see before they die. However, the story is not allowed to actually make Homura competent because her latent combat ability is so monstrously high that even with just a tiny shred of competence, she would turn each encounter into an absolute joke. More so, unlike the original Madoka Magica where the central conflicts revolved around inner conflicts and clashes of ideals which cannot be overcome with fighting ability, Magia Record very much so features villainous characters as the source of conflict, and defeating those characters would immediately resolve the conflict. Therefore, characters cannot be allowed to actually be able to defeat the villains until the climax of the story has been reached. This all explains why Homura has to be a complete pushover. For example, there's a scene in Main Story Chapter 5 where Alina tries to kill Felicia and then threatens to kill everyone while Homura and Madoka are both present. If this Homura was actually trying to not be shit, like imagine if she was cool Homura for example, she would have instantly stopped time, kneecapped the fuck out of Alina, flashbanged her face, chipped her soul gem, anything, because the girl just tried to kill someone and then threatened to kill her friends, including Madoka. This is also the same reason why Nanaka has been absent from main story and why Shizuku ended up not joining Team Mikazuki. It is also the reason why the more important a main character is that is playing for the good guys is to the story, the less powerful they have to be. Because if a powerful or smart person actually fought alongside Iroha, the conflict would just be way too easy to solve because they could just kill the bad guy. Ultimately, this is all a problem of Magia Record centering its conflicts around evil beings being evil and the fight against them being the central struggle instead of an internal struggle. Therefore, Homura has to be an absolute idiot and be completely ineffective in fights. So that is that. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more Magia Record content, smash that subscribe button and I'll see you guys next time.